Hi and welcome to this TrainingMate video tutorial. This getting started video will familiarise you with the different parts of the app and get you started building your workouts and training with TrainingMate. By now you will have downloaded, installed and started the software. The first thing you need to do is paste in the license key you were emailed when you signed up. If the email hasn't arrived in your inbox, be sure to check any spam or junk folders in case it is in there. Failing that, you can always log into the TrainingMate website and access your license keys from your account. Next, you will be asked for some basic information about yourself. This information is only used within the app and is not transmitted at all. Then you will be asked for your current biometric information. These can be used to track your physical training goals, such as weight loss, muscle gain, or improved cardiovascular fitness. Don't worry if you don't know all of the readings right now. You can always update them later, or ignore them altogether. So let's get started with an example. A cycling interval training workout from bicycling.com, the Flying 40s. It's pretty straightforward. In a medium to large gear, push hard for 40 seconds, recover 20 seconds, repeat 10 times. That's one set, do up to 4, resting 5 minutes between sets. We can start building this workout by switching to the build screen. Firstly, let's think about the equipment we're going to need to do this workout. We obviously need a bike, so let's add that first. The road bike we have has a 3-gear front chainring and a 10-gear cassette on the back. Notice that we are not choosing the gear for our exercises here, just describing what is available. And since we will be training inside in front of a screen, we also need a turbo or rollers. The turbo we use has a 10-level resistance lever. The good thing about setting up your equipment is that you only need to do it once. Now we can think about the parts of the workout. Referring back to the bicycling.com page, it tells us that there are only 3 different exercises: push hard, recover, and rest. Push hard lasts for 40 seconds, that's easy enough, but it says in a medium to large gear. Obviously the actual choice of gear will depend very much on the bike itself and the strength and experience of the rider. So tell TrainingMate that for this exercise we are going to use the bike and turbo equipment, and we will use the largest gear on the front, number 3, and a mid-range gear on the back, number 6. We need to apply resistance from the turbo to make it real, so we will select level 4 for now. There are no right or wrong settings, just what makes it a good and relevant workout for you. By setting up these values, TrainingMate will prompt us to get the bike and turbo in the correct gear and level of resistance every time we switch between the push hard and recover exercises. No more having to remember, which is really useful for long and complicated workouts. Now we just need to decide what push hard really means for us. Does it mean keep the same speed, or is it more about keeping the same power output? Perhaps cadence is more important. It also depends upon what you can measure and observe while you are riding. For this example, let's say that we want to maintain a constant speed of 30 km per hour. At the moment we haven't told TrainingMate about speed, so we can do that quickly. It's a measurement in kilometers per hour that can't go below 0 but could go really high. One thing to note is that since we are just adding this metric ourselves, TrainingMate will not be able to track it automatically. It will just work as a reminder. For automatic tracking, we would need to link to our bike sensors with plugins. You can learn about how to do that in later videos. So now we can add our push hard goal of maintaining a speed at a constant 30 km an hour. That finishes this exercise, so let's now add the recover phase. Recovery lasts for 20 seconds, and we are going to stay on the bike and turbo combination and recover by pedaling in an easier front gear, number 2. This way we can keep the gear changes to a minimum as we go from push hard to recover and back again. Since this exercise has a lot in common with the push hard exercise, the easiest thing to do is to copy push hard and then change the exercise length, change the front gear setting and remove the goal. Great! Next we need to make our set of 10. We could do that in different ways, but let's explore groups and loops. In this workout, push hard is always followed by recover, so we can create an exercise group called a 40 interval. Then we add the 2 exercises in the order we need them. Now we want to create a loop called F40 set. Choose F40 interval and loop 10 times. Simple. The final part of the workout description is do up to 4, resting 5 minutes between each set. So we can easily add a 5-minute rest exercise. No equipment or goals this time. Finally, we come to the workout itself. Let's call it Flying 40 3 set. Add F40 set, then 5-minute rest, then F40 set, then 5-minute rest, and finally F40 set again, so that we have the 3 sets. We could have added push hard, recover and 5-minute rest individually lots of times, but that would have taken much longer. Now the last thing we need to do is to decide what pauses to use. The pause before first exercise starts kicks in immediately after you push the button to start training. You use it to get settled on the bike, click in and get the correct gear settings, which will be shown on screen for you. So you want to be generous, but not so much that you are wasting time. 20 seconds should be plenty. The pause between exercises gives you an extra few seconds to make the gear change between the push hard and recover exercises, and an opportunity for TrainingMate to prompt you to change. Since we know we will just be changing the front ring, 3 seconds should be enough. In this example we have created our workout from scratch, but TrainingMate also includes lots of built-in equipment, metrics and exercises that you can use and adapt to your own particular needs. By clicking on the Add New button, you can select from different groups of components, from classic gymnasium equipment, cardiovascular exercises, strength exercises, core exercises and stretches. Simply select the ones you want, click OK, and they will be added for you to include as you wish. TrainingMate has saved everything as we have gone along, so we can jump straight in and start training if we like. We could start it from here, or switch to the train screen and then start it, but instead we will return to the dashboard. Now that we have a workout built, we can tell TrainingMate when we want to train with it. The upcoming workouts box will show you what you have scheduled over the next 5 days. So let's say we want to do this workout once a week forever, starting from today. Click on the Add to Schedule button, choose Weekly and click OK. We now have a Train Now button for today, so let's click that to start our training session. TrainingMate shows you a summary of the workout. You can see how the group and loop are expanded out into all of the individual exercises, and you have the option of scaling the length of the exercises up or down should you wish. Leaving it at 100% is fine for us, so one final click to start and we are off. Time to jump on the bike now and get settled. TrainingMate is telling us the gear settings in preparation for the first push hard exercise. We need to check our on-bike display to keep to our goal of 30 km an hour. Keep that up while the timer counts down to 0. Then it's time to change gears for the recovery period. TrainingMate gives you an audible warning that an exercise or pause has come to an end, in case you are not constantly watching the screen. And before long, it's time to push hard for the second time. As the workout progresses, the completed exercises and pauses are filled in on the left of the screen so that you can track your overall progress through the workout. Now you've seen the training screen in action, we will skip forward to the end of the workout. Once the workout finishes, it is time to check your results. Results are saved in date order against each workout. Only one result so far, but it is early days. Since we weren't able to automatically track our speed, there isn't much to see in this case. You will get much richer information about your performance if you are linked to compatible bike sensors. However, you can save the speed you are able to maintain on each push hard exercise to keep a record in this result. That's all for this tutorial. You should now be able to start putting together your first workouts. There is much more to learn about TrainingMate, and we would recommend you watch the Advanced Features video next.